welcome into Going for Two. I'm Ian Nickel, and Parker Terrell is right next to me. And Parker, happy April Fools.
Happy April Fools. I mean, nobody's gonna believe me because the day that we're recording this is April Fools. But this is a somber podcast for me. You know, um, even though we're only a few episodes in, I am gonna have to step away. Um, I just that's just what's best for me right now. I know Ian, you are gonna go and find another. You've got a guy lined up to be your co-host. Going forward. And this is a tough announcement, and I'm excited to talk about this. We'll probably keep going with just us through the end of the tournament, but I just want to say thanks and thank you for this opportunity. There's really no easy way to say it.
That's crazy. Do you know the guy I have lined up?
Yeah, that was April Fool's. That was
Yeah,
100% April Fool's.
I was like, I was like, I don't have a guy lined up for that.
Herb, Coach Herb.
Coach Herb. Oh, we could have kept that going. Welcome back, Coach Herb. What's up, boys?
I don't know what a podcast is, but I'm here.
Yeah. Okay, so we got an incredible Final Four coming up. We had an incredible Sweet 16 and Elite Eight. I feel like we would be repo.
I don't know. Some of the game, the Elite Eight was tough till the very end. Iowa or
Yeah.
so we
Iowa,
talked about
Illinois
that.
was
We
a
talked about that.
stinker.
There were some blowouts.
Hmm.
Sweet 16 games were better. They were good.
Yeah, they
But
were
the
much
Elite
better.
Eight games were pretty lopsided, and then they were really lopsided, and we were like, well, this has been disappointing. And then all of a sudden, it turns into one of the all-time great games, Duke and Uconn.
See,
But
so they put Coach K in the fetal position, or they put Shire in the fetal position. Um,
oh, I should have
just
done
an
Shires.
incredible.
That's on me. Hold on.
What?
Just keep going.
Okay, just an incredible choke job from Duke, and it's kind of the second. It's the second straight year that that's happened. Happened in the Final Four against Houston when they had Cooper Flag and were considered like one of the best teams, and they did it again. Dan Hurley, we said this off, we were talking about this off air. Dan Hurley refuses to die and refuses to lose in March. He beat Michigan State, which we all know, January, February, Izzo. It might have to start being January, February, Izzo, Hurley, because this is his third Final Four in 4 years. Just unbelievable work by him, and that I can't believe Boozer threw it away. There were so many things he could have done, and he throws it away. And then the shot from half court goes in, and I'm going, what just happened? It it flipped on its head because I thought
It didn't work. Hold on.
I thought whenever the Yukon guy missed the first free throw and they're only down two, I'm like, oh well, I think that's it. What a what a disaster that is. I mean, good effort by UConn, but is Duke's making the Final Four again? Whatever. And he throws it
Yeah.
away.
It's one of the all-time boneheaded plays in the history of the tournament. Literally, there was a million different things he could have done aside from that. You could have kicked the ball into the stands. You could have turned around and shot the ball on the other team's basket, and that would have only tied the game. You would not have lost. You could have thrown it at one of your coaches. Like the last thing you can do is throw it away like that. And I mean, yes, in Caden Boozer's defense, the guy he was trying to throw it to was wide open, and the game was over if he gets it to him. But and you also don't anticipate a guy hitting a half quarter essentially. But just an all-time choke, all-time collapse. And that's 2 years in a row now, like you said, that's happened to Duke. I mean, being up nine with 2 minutes left against Houston, or 11, up 11
One of the two. I think it was nine.
with 2 minutes left last year against Houston is rough. With the most talented team, which essentially you have the two Rookie of the Year candidates in the NBA, Cooper Flag and Con Knipple, were on that Duke team last year.
Like they're either one or two in the most talented teams every year. So I find it wild that that happened again. And then I think yeah, you may have to have the John Shire conversation. Maybe not now, but I think in the future, like if he doesn't win a title soon, you may have to be like, do we need to?
Well, I saw this point. Coach K got ripped to shreds year after year because people would bring up the graphics of like, look at all these NBA players that he coached and he hasn't won anything. Well, people need to start doing that for Shire because he's had a lot of guys and they haven't even made it to a Final Four, right?
No, they're in the Final Four last year.
Oh, that was in the Final Four where they lost
Yeah.
to
They
Houston
haven't won a national title. They haven't made a national championship
or made it
game.
to the champ or made it to the game with all these guys. I mean, it's tough. And if I'm sure, I mean, Duke is like Georgia football. Like, you better win. And who knows who North Carolina is going to hire? Looks like it's going to be someone that's still coaching in the tournament. Hint, hint, wink, wink. I would be very surprised if it wasn't, because why would you not have hired him by now if
Yeah.
it's not someone still going? I'm thinking Dusty May, Tommy Lloyd, outside chance, Brad Underwood.
Brett
Um,
Underwood outside chance for sure. I feel like I have seen like Tommy Lloyd has been kind of numb on saying anything.
yeah,
So
he's. I mean, both of us have now been around for a long time. We've listened to a lot of coaches give press conferences when under these circumstances. If you had to ask me right now, it's Tommy Lloyd, 100%. I mean, he's literally giving non-answers in the press conferences.
yeah. No,
So,
and it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And if that's the case, if obviously the players hear everything, you're like, well, if my coach has one foot out the door, like what are we doing? Like, will that affect them against Michigan?
yeah, but for this Arizona team, I mean, they're the best team in the country. Like, I mean, how many games have they won in a row? Like 18 or like whatever you told us last time, like 12 or 13 games in a row now they've won.
Yeah.
Um, I honestly don't think that they are listening to that outside noise. They're locked in. And Tommy Lloyd is probably right. Like, he is locked in with this team. That doesn't mean that his agent isn't talking to North Carolina and probably has said, like, hey, Tommy, they're interested in you. This is the deal, whatever. But I mean, if you Arizona is the best team left, bar none. And so they're trying to win a national championship, which would only be the second in school history, right?
Yes, they've only won one, and that was in
Yeah.
'97. Also in
So
Indianapolis.
it would be big for them to do that, big for the Big 12, and who knows where they hire. But back to Duke, I mean, it's you don't really have words. I mean, other and all credit to UConn. You can't kill these guys. Danny Hurley is the second best coach in the sport after Bill Self. I mean, he's up there now. And so he's an absolute psycho. Headbutting the ref after his nuts.
That was crazy. I didn't know
I've
when
heard
that
every
was.
explanation. I don't care.
I
How do you not? Yeah.
well, didn't the ref say like he had no idea what they were talking about with the headbutt,
Yeah, which is wild.
which I don't
But
know if he was like doing that like sarcastically or I don't know, but that was just like a weird deal. Absolute psychopath, but
total
perfect college
psycho.
basketball coach.
His superstition stuff is nuts. Um, but it worked. Whatever he's doing has worked. Three Final Fours in 4 years, two of those being national championships. Uh,
Yeah. And
and I assume, I mean, I'm they're the betting favorite to beat Illinois, and so they're probably going to be in another national championship game. Uh,
so, and then, I mean, in the round of 32 last year, they lost to Florida. So there's a chance that they either are or they have played the national champion the last 4 years.
right. So
So,
he's got something cooking, and I don't think he would leave for North Carolina. I mean, he's got too much going on for him at UConn. Um, and on the other side, Arizona, Michigan, I mean, that's the two best teams I think left in the tournament. And that's going to be an electric Final Four game. I can't wait for that.
yeah, it
And
is.
the winner of that game, I would say, is going to be the favorite in the national title.
They'll be the favorite. I don't know if you can ever rule out, at least now, I don't think you could rule out UConn or Illinois at this point. I mean, UConn is running on a unbelievable high just after beating Duke. Like they're they're gonna feel unstoppable, and I feel like that could come into play here in a little bit.
Arizona
By
is
the way,
like if you took a boulder and cemented razor blades and roll it down a hill. They have
yeah,
so many options. They just keep rolling out guys that look similar to each other. And you look up and you're down 20. And the craziest part is they don't shoot threes. They're not beating you with threes. The most ever 2-point baskets in a game in the Elite Eight win.
yeah.
And
I
so they're just going to body blow, body blow, body blow all night long. And that's hard to deal with because not a lot of teams play that way. And so it's like every trip down the court, they're going to make a mid range jumper. That would get demoralizing. And they play insanely good defense, by the way, Arizona. Underrated. Now, Michigan is similar, and Dusty May is a great coach, but I did just see their point guard had like an allergic reaction. Did you see that? Was that April Fool's? Did I get got?
I'm not aware of whatever it is, the allergic reaction thing.
Hold on. That was like
Um,
not long ago. I saw this.
well, I know that well, they had one guy tear his ACL, and also Tommy Lloyd's a West Coast guy. He's from Washington, been with Gonzaga for years as an assistant. I know it's North Carolina, but I fear maybe if North Carolina hires Tommy Lloyd, it could be a Kalen DeBoer situation where maybe he's not in the right element, and that causes some North
Hmm.
Carolina fans to be concerned. Like he's still winning, but he's not kind of in the he's in the Hubert Davis situation where he's not winning the right amount, or he's not winning enough.
I I see your point. I do think that Tommy Lloyd is a lot better at X's and O's than Hubert Davis was,
Fair,
and is
fair.
and
I don't
also
disagree.
also knows exactly how to recruit his guys. Like Hubert Davis, I think faced a lot of pressure just to get blue chips. Whereas I'm sure Tommy Lloyd can do that, but I mean, he's still going to go out and get the De La Rosas of the world. I think, even if he's at North Carolina,
Yeah.
he's going to have his own flair with it, and it's just going to be easier for him at North Carolina. Michigan point guard Elliot Cadeau evaluated by doctors. He was sent to the hospital due to an allergic reaction, but it says that he's okay.
When was the date of that tweet?
Taken by ambulance to a nearby medical facility to be checked out following an allergic reaction. He's said to be fine and expected to join the team later.
Hmm. Well, you want to hear something that also sounds like an April Fool's joke? Ready for
What?
this? From Shams. J. Cole has signed a contract in the Chinese Basketball Association with the Nanjing Monkey Kings, per ESPN sources. The multi-time Grammy award-winning and multi-platinum artist has committed to playing a few games for the Chinese team last year and now follows through.
Wow. I heard he was a good player.
He played this is the
Sad that
third
it's not the
time.
Guangdong Tigers.
Ni hao, ni hao. This is the third time J. Cole will play in a professional basketball league. It's now and now it's one of the biggest internationally. J. Cole also played in the Basketball Africa League in 2021 and the Canadian Elite Basketball League in 2022.
Good for
Um,
him. Good for the Nanjing Monkey Kings.
now I don't know if I said that wrong, but that's
Yeah.
it looks like Beijing, but like Nanjing.
Yeah.
J. Cole's 41, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah. I,
Um,
I,
yeah, it does kind of sound like April Fool's, but I'm sure it's true. Uh, no, anything else to say about? I mean, we barely talked about Illinois. Shout out Illinois. Getting to play the Cinderella of the tournament, Iowa, and the Elite Eight. Um, a team that they've played multiple times this year.
mhm,
And Keaton Wagler, good player. That guy's good. He's going to be a
yeah.
top seven pick in the draft, most likely. Might look really good in a Thunder uniform. Dot dot dot. But Brad Underwood is just a guy that's just keep chopping wood. Illinois is now a program that consistently is making Final Fours in every decade. So shout out to him. What could have been at OSU?
Well, this is the first time Illinois has made a Final Four since Darren Williams in 2005. Uh, yeah, Brad Underwood, he left Oklahoma State, I think almost 10 years ago after one season, goes to Illinois and has really done well for himself. I think this is their first Final Four, but they have been really close every year and they get the job done. In a very surprising, I mean, we were looking at Florida and Houston, and Illinois was kind of almost an afterthought. Like they were considered, but I didn't think they would do what they did to Houston. I thought Houston would be a lot better in that tournament, in that game. So that was a shocker to me. The
They
Purdue,
out Houston in that
they out
game.
of Houston. The Purdue Texas game at the end,
Great
unreal,
game.
great game. Wish Rick Pitino got it done against Duke though. I'm not even gonna lie. Patino Hurley again, but that I we got the better game out of that, and Duke loses. Always really funny.
Yeah, I mean that St. John's Duke game, that was just proving my point of like this Duke team's
Hmm.
different. They're so hard nosed. They
Hmm.
keep getting these wins against these Palm top 25 teams. I mean, the most ever by a team, and that doesn't matter in March, man.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. I mean, this Duke team this year, even though last year's team was so stacked, I feel like this year's team, I mean, they played everybody. They played so many people. Now, the Darren Peterson did not play when they played Kansas, but they had the schedule. They had everything. They had Caleb Foster back. They had Ngongba back. And yeah, they may not have been 100%, but Caleb Foster scored 12 points in the Sweet 16 game and had John Shire crying in the press conference. So they were pretty close to full strength, and they blew a 19-point bleed.
And all of their losses were. double-digit leads blown. And also, I think what happened, at least with Caleb Foster, I've seen seen this kind of running around, is that you can play that first game great, but you know when the adrenaline wears off, because it was it a foot injury or a knee injury?
Yeah, he had surgery on his foot.
Well, the second game back, because you were playing two games in 72 hours or something. Second game is probably going to be worse than the first because now you have some wear and tear on it, and it's going to hurt like heck. That's not the reason they lost, but I mean, that's just an insane game. And now we have Illinois, UConn, Arizona, Michigan. What are you thinking, prediction wise?
I'm thinking Yukon, Arizona, and I think Arizona wins close. And you called
Yeah,
that. You said it. Arizona's been your team. Um, and yeah, I just don't. They're gonna find a way to beat you.
yeah. I mean, so far, I mean, they handled Purdue. It took them a little bit, but they handled Purdue. Um, they they have been. I think they've been the best team throughout the tournament, just through kind of making teams submit, basically. Like that Arkansas game, we were excited for that game. Wasn't a contest. It was an Arizona butt whooping, and
Yeah, Arkansas came out with like 1 of 12 from three. It was over.
yeah, it was just a bad matchup. I thought it would be better. It was kind of disappointed in Arkansas there. Um, this Michigan squad, I mean, it's gonna be tough. I feel like they're similar, but I feel like Arizona will win, and then I think UConn beats Illinois. Dan Hurley does not say die, and then I think Arizona's gonna pull it off. I'm gonna continue to say that, but man, I if it's Michigan or UConn, I would not be surprised. If it's Illinois, I could see it, but I would be pretty surprised. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say like a 6.
We didn't talk about Illinois too, with all of their Eastern Europeans. They're
Yeah.
like a Euro team squad.
They got Stojakovic. They got a Stojakovic.
They've got multiple dudes from over there.
Yeah.
The Balkan Ballers are
Yeah.
gonna. I mean, they're a good. Illinois is a really good team.
Yeah. Well,
And
also they'll
the
like
Big Ten is the Big Ten the best basketball conference? I mean, they had multiple in the Elite Eight.
they'll be the closest to Indianapolis, right? It'll be them or Michigan.
Champaign is closer.
Okay. We're gonna do a live fact check on that. 'Cause I have no idea. I thought it
I think
was.
Michigan fans will show up, though. I
I
think
mean,
Illinois will show up well. Arizona, I have no idea. I think their fans travel decent, and UConn will be there.
it is a 2-hour drive from
That's
Champaign
not
to
far at all.
Indianapolis. Ann Arbor, it is 4 hours and 3 minutes. So they will closest team there. I think they'll show up. It's a Final Four in Arizona, and but all four of these programs are pretty historic basketball programs. So I think that everyone's going to show up.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, for sure. Um, we will crown a new champion
Yeah.
next Monday night. Let's go now uh, to Tiger Woods.
Okay.
Um, so Tiger Woods was arrested this week for let me just look up the facts
Yeah.
because I don't
Do
want to get
that.
anything wrong. And then, of course, there's a lot more information now than there was.
Yeah.
Um,
And we got the Masters next week, which that's because I think he was
which
going to
some people were saying that maybe Tiger Woods was going to try to play in.
yeah. And
Woods was charged with DUI with property damage and refusal to submit to a lawful test. He has entered a plea of not guilty in his DUI case, and he is has now announced, I know and understand the seriousness of the situation I find myself in today. I am stepping away for a period of time to seek treatment and focus on my health. This is necessary in order for me to prioritize my well being and work toward lasting recovery. I'm committed to taking the time needed to return to a healthier, stronger, and more focused place, both personally and professionally. I appreciate your understanding and support and ask for privacy from my family, loved one, and myself at this time. Also, judge has granted him an injunction to be able to go outside of the country to seek treatment. So it was a rollover crash, single car, and he was found with two hydrocodone pills in his pocket. And the police officer said that he was noticeably impaired. He blew a 0 on the breathalyzer test, but he refused to submit to the urine test. At this point, it's now knowing that he is stepping away and I'm not going to go as far as to say entering some type of rehab facility, but that's kind of what it sounds like. That's good. And everybody in the world has piled on him to say that how wrong this is. And so you're never going to hear from me, and I'm not going to speak for you, Ian, but I assume that you would also say the same thing. Driving while impaired, driving under the influence, drunk driving will never be condoned, ever. It doesn't matter who you are. And there's just really no excuse for it for Tiger Woods, a billionaire who has every access in the world to drivers. But this has happened 4 times. One time, the wreck that he had that he was so injured in almost cost him his life, and it never came out whether he was impaired or not. He was coming off of a major surgery when that happened. So I don't think that it's that far of a stretch to say that he probably was taking some type of pain management right after that surgery when that terrible car crash happened. So it's good that he's seeking help for him and for his family. I mean, he's got 2 kids that are teenagers. Um, so it's just a tough story.
yeah, no, it's a bad look for, I mean, he's still the face of golf. Even though, the last 15 years, I think he's only won a handful of events and a Masters. It's incredibly tough to see. But at the same time, you got to be more responsible than that. You are 50, I think he's 50 now. And again, a billionaire, like you said, you got to be careful than that. You can't be that careless. And he's been in that situation before. Like, why would you want to be in that situation again? I'm glad he's taking time to seek treatment because that's what he needs to do because this could have been a really like this could have been a whole lot worse.
Yeah,
It sucks. It just sucks.
it does. And I think this was kind of the breaking point, at least for people online, to be like, okay, this like isn't funny anymore. Like he's putting people at risk, and this is happening
Mhm.
multiple times. And because he's Tiger Woods, it seems like he gets a pass for every time this happens. When anybody else, this would be a huge deal. Well, I think that this time people took it as like, okay, this guy needs to figure it out. Like this is wrong, and he needs to seek serious treatment, which he is. And it just goes to show you that, like, you know, anybody can be dealing with this. It doesn't matter what amount of money you have or fame or fortune. Anybody can suffer from addiction. And this guy has had so many injuries, so many
Mhm.
surgeries. He's pushing his body to the absolute limit. And like you said, it's tough to see. And hopefully this time away or whatever gives him more of a sense of clarity on, I mean, what like he's still trying to play with, I assume, the young guys. I mean, he's 50, like you said. So I mean, he had just Kevin Kisner said that he had just applied for the senior tour membership. So he was probably going to start playing on the senior tour at some point. And but I mean, obviously he gets to play in the Masters for life. He'll get exemptions to play in the British Open and the U.S. Open, all that kind of stuff. And he's just not like he'll never compete at that level again. I don't think. And especially with how good guys are now. And so he needs to just if focus on his kids, focus on his family. And I just think part of this stems from him trying to kill himself to get back in shape to play major championship golf against these other guys.
Yeah, I mean, when you've been on the mountaintop for so long,
Well, he's trying
you
he's
want to
so
stay on it.
close. He's so close to the record, Jack Nicklaus's record. And I still think he thinks that he can win another major and tie that would tie Nicklaus for majors, but that would put him the most wins ever. If he wins one more PGA Tour event, he would have the most ever wins
Okay.
because he's
Because I was
tied
gonna
right
say,
now.
if it's majors, I think he needs three
Oh
to
yeah, sorry.
win.
Jack has 18
Yes, I
and
believe
Tiger has
so.
15. Okay, so yeah, that's never going to happen. You're right. But he does just need, I
But
believe, one more win to pass Sam Snead.
I'm gonna check that just in case. Hold on. But no, it sucks, and this is a guy that has had multiple scandals and car crashes, and I don't. It just it sucks. It just sucks. All you could do is just hope that he gets the help he needs and that he yes, you're right. He's at 82 wins with Sam Snead. Just needs one more. Um,
I mean, that's huge. If he becomes the all-time winner, like all-time wins,
hmm
like, and if I
Yeah.
were him, nobody in the world would fault him for showing up to one of these smaller events, you
hmm
know?
Getting
But
one more.
that's not going to be Tiger. He's going to want to show up to like the Pebble Beach Pro-Am or something to try to win. Um, but as a big golf fan, as a guy who watches a lot of golf, Tiger Woods is like there is no there is no equal in any other sport. He is what popularized golf in this country, and there are generations of golfers today because of Tiger Woods.
He took
And
golf to the 20th century or 21st century.
yeah, and he made it like cool, like
Hmm.
Nike and hitting the ball far and all that kind of stuff, you know? Like we take all of that, that's just like part of it now, but that was so different back then. I mean, golf was seen as like this is a country club sport. And there's all these legends and they are legends. But because of Tiger, golf is more accessible to everybody because of the popularity that he spawned. And to see someone like that struggle like this is tough. It just is. And I would say that both of us are on the same page and wishing him the best. And he will, I think, figure that out. And it sounds like maybe he's going to Europe to get treatment or somewhere else. And so hopefully he can, you know, get some of that same stuff like Kobe did. I know because Kobe had the Achilles stuff. Tiger tore his Achilles. That was his last big injury. So um, maybe he can go over there and get some of that treatment.
There's something about, seeing a guy who, he was golf Superman. and kind of and just kind of I mean in the last several years, just seeing the facade wear off and the cracks start to show in his personal life. Like it's weird seeing like somebody's role model um I guess not live up to the expectations, the high expectations that are set. And it's weird seeing him human, you know? And I just, and he's been the guy. He still is, the guy. And I hope he could find himself. Because I think right now at 50, he may be like steering toward like midlife crisis or something like that. Um, Not to speculate, but
I just think that he's in a lot of pain,
I think so
and
too. And I
and
think that,
a lot of guys like you can't fight science,
hmm
like, and especially a guy that's dealt with pain meds for a long time now.
hmm
I think you lose the where's the line,
yeah,
you know?
and I,
And
and that does something psychologically.
obviously, and this is not the first time that he's got behind the wheel
hmm
while impaired.
hmm
This is just, I mean, so how many times has this happened?
Yeah,
And it
it's
didn't end in a rollover crash.
yeah,
So you start to feel like, oh, well, I can do this. I can keep doing this. And
hmm
then, and then,
yeah.
you can't, and you shouldn't, because you shouldn't. And so it, I hope it works out for him. I think it would be sick if he just goes on the senior tour and just starts ripping those guys a new one. That would be awesome.
I do kind of want to see him get one more PGA win.
We all want that. And honestly, if he can get back to it's just hard because like the short game stuff is so difficult when you're not
hmm
playing every week.
hmm
But he knows Augusta more better than anybody. And people have talked about that. I mean, he plays Augusta like 3, 4 times a year. So, um, he's always if he's in any type of shape, he'll always be able to compete there, I would
Yeah.
think. And so that could be an option going forward for him because he's in an amazing shape for a 50-year-old.
Yeah.
Amazing shape. He's jacked. He was just like he was shooting shots at the TGL, like he was looking limber. Um, but I mean, he's got a bionically infused back that's had multiple surgeries, and now he has a blown out Achilles and a leg that's been surgically repaired. So
I mean, at
a
what
lot.
point do you just say, "Hey, I'm good"? You know? At what point do you just say, "My body needs to rest. I need to
I hope
rest"?
that's where he. I hope he goes into the Alps in
Yeah.
France and figures that out
Yeah.
because
It sucks.
yeah, he's the most. If you've read anything about Tiger Woods, you know that he's like the most competitive person ever.
hmm
And so, do I think this is the last time we'll ever see him play golf? Absolutely not. No.
No. No.
But Father Time is undefeated. LeBron is doing his best to defeat Father Time in the NBA, but it comes for us all, man.
Yeah. I mean, Tom Brady, we thought forever that he would, like wither away, and he really didn't. But he still
Yeah,
retired.
yeah. LeBron is an alien. Like there's just not a lot like him. And even he, I mean, he's obviously not what he was 10 years ago, but
hmm
he's he is the exception, not the rule, I would
Yeah.
say. And modern medicine has benefited him in his, journey to be a whatever he is, 20-point scorer still at the age of 41.
Yeah. They had a
In the
triple double
NBA.
the other night.
Yeah, I mean he's insane. He's an insane person.
Let's
But
let's pivot to the NBA off of that. Thunder
yeah,
reached
Thunder
60
get to
wins.
60 wins. Thunder get to 60 wins. Looks like Shea is going to be the MVP as he should. I held the line. People were worried. What was that a few months ago? And I said, hold the line. We'll be fine. We'll
They
get
said
these guys
Jokic. They
back.
said Wimby. They said Luca.
Bud.
Like everybody. They said Cade. They said Cade Cunningham. They said Jalen Brown. And it was always, well, Shea. Shea's still there. His whole life is consistent. His middle name is consistency. Like, nobody's doing it like him. And the Thunder have been injured on and off. Like, they haven't been completely healthy. And 60 wins, 6 games left to go. Job well done. Still, one seed still up for grabs. Spurs are 2.5 games back. So, and they have the Lakers tonight. It's Lakers, Jazz, Lakers, Clippers, Nuggets, Suns. That's their schedule for the rest of the regular season. Then it's playoff time. Is there a team? Who is the team in the West that is the biggest threat to the Thunder not making the finals in the second straight year? And we can continue to have this discussion
Yeah, they play
throughout the
the
weeks.
Lakers tomorrow night.
Hmm?
The biggest threat in the West,
Yes, biggest threat in the West,
Spurs.
Spurs.
I
Yeah,
still don't think they can beat us in a 7 game series, but I mean, a lot of this has been well talked about. We don't match up well against them, and if they're hitting threes, they're really hard to beat. Now, you got to remember, playoff basketball is different. This Spurs team has no clue what's playoff basketball is like. It's a completely different whistle, and this Thunder team has lots of playoff experience. This is the heart of a champion that we're talking about here. And now we have this guy McCain, who's just a flamethrower off the bench. Caruso is rounding back into form. He had a little bit of a slump. So, I mean, yeah, they Wimby scares me, but we can beat those guys. And then the Nuggets is going to be an absolute brawl. But we beat them once. We'll have home court advantage again against them, and that's going to go a long ways.
so I did not realize this, but all 10 playoff and play-in spots are in, basically. They are like the 10 teams that are currently in the standings like are going to be the ones in the playoffs and play-in. The play-in obviously still needs to be determined who plays in that, but all the teams are set, essentially, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, and we can't really. I mean,
yeah,
surely the Thunder will get the 1 seed. I mean, it would
yeah,
take kind of a collapse
yeah.
for them to concede those 2.5 games to the Spurs.
Hmm.
Um,
And
so
are the Spurs playing tonight? Spurs are playing tonight. They're beating the Warriors by 20 in the third quarter. So it'll be 2 games by the time this podcast comes out.
yeah, so I think that who knows who we play in the 1-8. I don't think it'll be a huge. I'm not scared of whoever that is. But then I mean, after that, it's going to be knockdown, drag out.
Yeah.
I think
It's
the T Wolves are pretty good too. I'll just throw that out there.
T-Wolves. T-Wolves are in the
Ant,
sixth seed, 13 and a
Ant
half
Edwards
games.
is scary.
Not that scary. They're not that scary. You get Gobert's on the court, you're done.
True.
Like, We
Lakers
saw in the Western
are
Conference Finals.
Lakers are looking salty too, and I hate Luca, so
They're looking salty, but I don't know. I'm just not. The thing,
would be sick to have
because
LeBron though in
here's the
the
thing. I could see the
Uconn.
Spurs losing in the second round, depending on the team that they face. And it's either to be Lakers or Denver. I think the Lakers or Denver could beat either one of those teams. Beat the Spurs just because of the lack of playoff experience the Spurs have. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. Nuggets are 1.5 games back the Lakers. So now I'll ask this: would you rather play the Lakers or the Nuggets in the second round?
If that means the Lakers have beaten the Spurs, that gives me pause.
No. Second round. So it'd be the 1 versus 4-5.
Oh, good question. Uh, I would probably rather play the Lakers
Yeah.
just because they don't have a ton of depth.
Yeah. And in
Um,
a drag them out series like that, you you
yeah,
got to
we'll
have it.
just be able to deploy our guys, our bench guys, and just dominate their bench unit in that series. The Nuggets don't have a great bench as well, but um,
Tim Hardaway's gonna have like 20. I'm gonna be like so mad.
also they have Jokic, which I mean you could say the
Yeah.
Lakers have Luca, but
Yeah. I'm more worried about Jokic than I am Luca. You can match up with Luca fine. You can't really match up with Jokic. I
I
mean,
mean we can start throwing people at Luca.
yes.
Wallace, Dort, SGA, Caruso, J Dub. I mean, like
It
Jokic,
was
we just
we threw
Hartenstein and
everybody.
Chet and J Will.
We had to throw Caruso on him at a couple points. Like it was you were trying everything to stop him. And then last Thunder related question. Well, I guess biggest threat in the East. Who in the East? Actually, let's do this. Dark horses. Who are your dark horses in each conference?
Um, to like make the finals.
Yeah, to make the finals or conference finals.
I mean, I still think the Knicks are good.
Yeah. No,
Um,
they're the 3 seed. But yeah, no, they're
not a lot of people are. I mean, it's kind of their. Which the Pistons are they going? Is it confirmed they're not getting Cade back? I think they don't know.
I think they're supposed to get Cade back.
With Cade back, the Pistons are salty. Boston is very good, and then I think Cleveland's pretty good. East does nothing for me. They don't scare me one bit. Maybe the Celtics, just because they have finals experience.
Yeah, but they don't have Jason Tatum. I think
Well, he's in and out. Yeah.
Oh shoot, he did come back.
Yeah, he plays
He
like
came
every
back in
week.
like February. I totally forgot.
Yeah,
Is he coming off the bench or is he just like Oh yeah,
I mean
he had a
he
triple
just
double
had a
tonight. What
trip
the
he
heck?
had a triple double. Yeah.
That's just a bad take on that.
He does start. He played
He to
37 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait. Okay, like he tore his Achilles. Like you're not supposed to be back within like
10 months. Yeah, he came back in 10 months.
uh,
Cuz
because they usually say like you're supposed to be out
it
for the
was in
full.
May. Late
Okay.
May when that happened.
Shoot, that's on me. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't apologize. I'm wrong all the time.
That totally slipped my mind. No, I feel like you're supposed to know that Tatum came back. Like,
Oh, well, we'll allow it. Jalen Brown had 43. Sheesh.
yeah, like
Celtics are good.
they're not a dark horse. Atlanta,
They're not a dark horse, but
Atlanta's a fifth seed. Atlanta, who
Yeah.
got rid of Trae Young. Atlanta, who got rid of Porzingis.
I hate that the 76ers got good because we have their pick.
Yeah.
They were at one point 10th in the East, and they've clawed back to sixth.
They got 34-year-old CJ McCollum who's scoring. He scored 9 points tonight. Although, I mean, he has been scoring like 20. Um, Jalen Johnson has been just an absolute beast.
Duke guy. Quit on the team
Nikhil
though.
Alexander Walker has been great.
Shay's cousin.
They've moved a bunch of stuff around and they're still like mixing it up. They just got wait. Yeah, Buddy Hield's with the Hawks.
I swear, if the Pacers get the number one pick and get Halliburton back,
Jeez. Jeez. Could you imagine?
dude, that's probably gonna happen.
Let's do the lottery conspiracy. You know what? I could see Milwaukee getting the first overall pick to pair somebody up with Giannis.
Yeah, I could see the. I don't know the
I could see the
NBA. Like,
Mavericks doing it again.
I could see the Bulls doing it. Surprise out of nowhere, giving the Bulls to Bonsa. He wears number 23. Just kidding. They would never
I
let him
could
do
I
that.
could
Every
see the
number.
Utah thing. Could if
Nobody
they
should
could
wear
if they
23 in Chicago again.
yeah. I could see them doing Utah to Bonsa, like keeping
Utah, if
him
they
there.
get to Bonsa, they would be stacked.
Like they're like purposely tanking. Like they've had to shut guys down.
It would be so funny if the Wizards get hosed again.
Did they get the number? No, they got the number two pick a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, but last year they were by far the worst team. They won like
Yeah.
15 games and they got like the fourth pick.
Right now they're at the 17th spot. They could go Brooklyn.
Mm, I think it'll be the Pacers. If we're going conspiracy, I think the Pacers, they want the
Yeah.
Pacers to be good because they were so electric
Yeah.
with Halliburton. They'll get him back plus DeBonsa.
Gosh, I'd hate that. I would hate that. Let's talk baseball.
Quickly, yeah, let's talk baseball.
Yeah. Aaron McCutcheon is going to be the MVP. No, I'm kidding. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I'll talk about your Yankees real quick. Talk about the Yankees. They've been putting the beat down on Seattle. They're 5-1. They look
Yeah,
really
Yankees
good.
start hot. Started hot. Um, like you said, 5-1, get a win against the Mariners tonight. Haven't really. I mean, we're still waiting on some guys to come back pitching wise. So
Hmm.
we're not even at full strength, but I'm loving what I'm seeing early from the Yanks.
Yeah. Yeah. Rangers, they lost today. I'm a little concerned about Evaldi. He's now 0-2. He's just giving up a bunch of hits. He's giving up 8 hits each time. But the bats look really good. Nimio has been doing really well. Kutch. Jake Berger has been doing great. Corey Seager, I think, has had the two or three home runs. DeGrom looked good. Gore looked good in his first start. It feels like it kind of feels like a brand new team with new life injected into it. And I'm pleased. I'm pleased. They beat a good Phillies team, won that series 2-1, beat Baltimore in their series 2-1. So, you know what? They're winning more games than they're losing. Cannot complain about that. I can't wait to see what this team does. I'm excited. Frick MLB TV for blackouts. I hate blackouts.
Miami Marlins 5-1 start the year.
Duh. Shoot. I saw a comparison. It's like, oh, is it 2003 again or something? So I don't know. I saw my
Red
first
Sox starting 1-5. Hate to see it.
you don't hate to see it.
No, I don't.
Saw my first Frank the Tank rant of
F
the
the Red
year.
Sox.
This team has no heart.
3-3. Mets are 3-3.
Mets at 3-3. They're gonna lose 100 games.
Classic Frank. Dodgers are 4-2.
Yeah.
Um,
Still early. Brewers
so early. We're not
plus
even 10
28
games
run
in. We're
differential.
not even one. We're not even 10 games in yet.
But baseball is back.
So back. It's
Baseball is
so back
so
that I'm
back.
contemplating MLK getting MLB the show.
I am too. I am too, dude.
I'm contemplating it.
So I saw this debate. Is MLB the number two sport right now? Because obviously NFL, right? Is the
Dude,
MLB bumped the NBA? Because I
I don't
think
know
it
if I want to get into
has.
this argument because people are going to blame the Thunder. Uh,
No, like,
but
well, even before the Thunder, I don't know.
I think that the changes that baseball made with the pitch
Hmm.
clock have made a big difference. And Otani. And so I think it's creeping up there, surely. I mean, I have started having conversations again with my dad where it's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? It's like, you know, Red Sox play, there's like a big baseball game tonight. Like you want to watch it, and I haven't had those conversations in a while. It's like, it's like Dodgers, whoever tonight. And so my dad couldn't really care less about the NBA. I use him as a reference point for the common man because that's
Hmm.
basically outside of football, that's where he's at. And so I would say that yeah, he's probably more inclined nowadays to queue up a good baseball game than he is a game outside of the Thunder.
Well, and then I'll
Like
say
he's not gonna
this.
watch Lakers Nuggets. Like he don't care.
Yeah. And maybe that's the because the Thunder are so big here. It's like, why would I want to watch anyone else? I want to watch the Thunder.
Yeah, and they're on national TV so much to
Yeah.
where they actually can't be on national TV when they play good games because they've maxed out their limit.
Yeah.
Tough.
But I'll say this as well. NBC getting the NBA and the MLB back has made such a difference. The broadcast quality compared to ESPN is just out of this world. It is so good. And then bringing
Yeah,
on Jason Benetti for Sunday Night Baseball. And also, I love the idea of having the local analyst do the broadcast. I think that is so good because nobody knows that team better than that local guy.
hmm.
And I think that's so smart. And that's a job well done by NBC to do that. That's a great deal. That's a great move.
I 100% agree with you. NBC, especially NBA on NBC too, is electric. Round ball rock. Um, Getting back in the mix.
Yeah.
I'm looking up when's the next like NBC game, big baseball game.
Then they have Tigers and somebody coming up, but Nettie is the Tigers announcer when he's not doing NBC stuff. So they will have him, their color commentator Andy Dirks, who's my cousin. Never met him. He's my cousin. Um, he'll be on the call, and then somebody else will. Whoever the other opponent analyst is. I saw it earlier, and I can't find it now. I also forgot who they were playing. My friggin' app's like not working. Frick the ESPN app, man. They're pain in the butt.
April 5th, we got Cardinals Tigers.
It was Cardinals, yeah.
That's just on Peacock though. April
Because yeah,
12th, we got Guardians Braves on NBC.
yeah, because they're still doing Sunday night basketball.
Yeah.
So
We got
that's why
some
those
heavy
games are on
hitters
Peacock. Yeah.
coming down the pipe, especially in the summer.
Yeah. They got
Ra-
Verlander pitching Sunday.
Rangers, Red Sox, Yankees, Red Sox on
Always.
NBC. Electric. Yeah, after Sunday night basketball ends, then it's just like a bunch of games on NBC.
Yeah. That makes me happy. And I love, well, I guess if I didn't have MLB TV, I'd be so happy about the Peacock games. So I could watch those on a Monday. But also, I gotta get up for, I gotta get up at 3 a.m. for work. So that doesn't matter now. But whatever.
Brutal.
Yeah, brutal.
Well,
Yep.
that's all
Okay.
I've got. Pretty uneventful, I would say, sports week outside of March Madness.
Yeah, but it's repping up. We want to be hockey guys. Got to talk about the Stanley Cup real quick. Because those playoffs are coming up. Blues lost in overtime. Great. Your Islanders, third in the Metropolitan standings, looking really good. 42, 29, and 5 on the year, 89 points. Two, and they had a crazy game the other night. The Penguins scored like 8 goals in 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Well, they lost that
wild.
game, but
Tough loss.
gotta feel good about that. And they play the Flyers tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah, Penguins are good. That was like my other team.
Yeah.
Uh, but that's okay. I'm happy with my pick. Um, and also I stand to, no, I'm not gonna switch. Shout out the Sabres,
Yeah.
perennial bad team. Uh, best team,
Leading.
tied for the
Yeah.
best team in the East right now.
Yeah. Blue Jackets holding on for dear life for that last spot. They got the Senators, the Red Wings, the Flyers, and the Capitals all creeping up. They're within 3 points. And then in the West, I mean, the Avalanche look phenomenal. 108 points out of them. They'll probably win the President's Cup. Stars in the hunt, 100 points by them. Then you got the Anaheim Ducks, the Oilers, and the Golden Knights. And the Golden Knights just fired their coach. They got John
Yeah.
Tortellini. That's not his name, but John Tortorella. I'm gonna call him John Tortellini because I don't know. I think it's fun. He's now the interim head coach. So, and I had my Golden Knights friend. He's like, why did we do that? The goaltending was the issue. And you got the Mammoth and the Kings. Oh, the Kings just bumped up in that wild card spot because they just beat the Blues. So it's like the Kings, the Sharks, the Predators, the Jets, the Kraken, and I mean the Blues are there. Uh, all of those teams are four back of the Kings. So got some good, gonna be some good hockey coming down the pipe here in the next couple days, in the next couple weeks, and then we get Stanley Cup playoffs. It's gonna be awesome. Let's freaking go.
An underrated part of the year coming up. Yep.
Underrated stretch of the year, the March to April, or the yeah, March to like June. I'd probably more so say May. Great stretch of the year
Yep.
for sports. That'll do
Yeah,
it for
and then
us.
this year we get a World Cup. So
Oh, so like we're not like completely cooked during the summer months because we'll have the World Cup.
yeah, this year's World Cup, a little bit of World Cup news. Italy misses out again on another World Cup, losing a heartbreaker in penalties to Bosnia
Bosnia.
Herzegovina. Um,
Bosnia's son.
Italy, one of the great teams, just won the Euros, not that the 2 Euros ago, beating England famously. It's coming Rome, and not going to be in the World Cup again. Tough.
Yeah, no, that's tough. I think Turkey is in the group of the United States. So
I believe now they call it Turkey A, but yeah.
What? Why did they do that?
Something about that's like their original name. They've changed it to where it's like Turkiyye.
Oh, so is it like a Chan or whatever? A-Chan? Because it's not Travis Etienne anymore. It's Travis like A-Chan.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah. Also
Yeah.
Czechia, Czechoslovakia, Czech Republic is
Czech
now Czechia.
Republic.
So yeah.
Man,
U.S.
Czechia.
U.S. soccer team not great. Got blitzed 5-2 against Belgium and then lost 2-0 to Portugal the other day in two exhibition games. I'm not super excited about them. Their
Those
group
are
is
good teams though. Like I'll allow it. I think they'll win their group, and then if they
Belgium's
make
just okay. Belgium 5-2.
oh,
Portugal is very good,
I thought Belgium was
but
like way better. They're
mm,
usually like a dark horse every year in the World Cup.
yeah, they're not anymore.
No? Okay.
I don't, are they even in the World Cup? I think they are,
They should be. I think they have a group. I guess everyone's in a group, but
which is just wild that Italy didn't make it.
yeah. 48 teams. They didn't make it.
I mean,
Wow.
whoever is in charge of the Italian Soccer Federation needs to be every single one of them fired.
You want to take charge of
Belgium
that?
is in Group G with Egypt, Iran, and New Zealand.
And they should make it out of that group.
Yeah.
Either
There
they'll
are
win it or get
rumors,
second.
there are rumors that Iran is going to boycott because of all the political relations,
Uh,
and Italy could sneak in if that
by
happens.
default, that'd be crazy. But it also, so I'll save it later. That would be
I would
interesting.
not be surprised if Iran boycotts.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. I would not be surprised by that.
Not to mention they're making
But
them play the Pride game.
I was about to talk about that. You get Egypt and Iran in the Pride game, and they are two of the most
Yeah, we talked about this.
we did.
It's
Okay.
illegal in their countries.
It's illegal in their countries, and they're making them play the Pride game. They couldn't move that. Why did they not
Nuts.
prepare for that? That's that's bad planning on that might have been FIFA. Is that FIFA's part or was it Seattle?
It was set up way before the tournament, way before the draw, way before everything. So it's hilarious that it ended up being two countries where that is like banned.
How do you not like
The
at
FIFA
least the
president
draw? Why do
has
you not have
insisted that Iran is playing,
who's
but
insisted?
the FIFA president, and that they don't have a backup plan. But I don't think that that's true. Iraq also qualified.
They did. They did. And it's big for them. 48 team World Cup starts in June. We're gonna be a big soccer podcast because also, if you don't tune into the extra point, Parker has made a PowerPoint of the five Premier League teams. If you didn't watch the extra point last week, I revealed the five Premier League teams that I'm interested in rooting for. He's going to provide me that PowerPoint and I'll go through it and I'd probably choose my final three or two. I've not seen the PowerPoint, but you guys can check that out on the Extra Point YouTube channel. We're going to start releasing these videos on Saturdays. So get prepared for that. We've been doing it on Fridays. I'm going to move to Saturdays. That's an executive decision. Parker, you cool with that?
Cool with that.
Yeah. Just wanted to provide more space because it was like a podcast would come out Thursday and then the extra point would come out on Friday to get some anticipation building. So
Preview.
we're
We'll do a preview of the World Cup. I
yes.
will, as the resident soccer guy, I will take that responsibility a little bit more. But I will say there's some really good, like Egypt, or not Egypt, sorry, England got put in a tough group. England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama.
It's a
That
good
is
group.
a brutal group for the
The good
three
news is you get
Lions.
like maybe third place and like still make the round of 32.
True. Portugal and Colombia in the same group, Argentina and Austria in the same group. That's one thing that's cool about the 48 team is that there's going to be two really good teams usually in every group. Um,
Yeah. There's not really a group of death,
Spain
which
and
is nice.
Uruguay.
Spain
I
def
would say England's is the group of death if you qualify
yeah,
that as one. I mean, Ghana is like the best
they're
African
the best
country.
African team. Yeah.
Croatia is one of
Croatia's
the best
freaking
European countries, just made the Euro final not long ago. And then you've got
did
England. And then Panama is one of the better teams in CONCACAF.
okay, wait. So, yeah. Sorry, I think I said Spain won the World Cup the last time. I believe that was Argentina. Spain won the Euro
Yes.
because I called that on like Twitter. I was like, Spain's gonna win the
Yep. Famously, Messi cemented himself as probably the greatest soccer player ever, winning against France in the last World Cup.
in Qatar. That was a weird one.
You
Weird,
know who didn't get a
weird.
tough group? Brazil. Shocker.
I don't know.
You know who
Luck of the
didn't get a tough
draw.
group? The U.S., Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. That's not a
You,
tough group.
they can get out of that one. But yeah, thank you
Turkey
guys
is
for
not a
listening.
bad team. Turkey is consistently a pretty good team. And the other two we should be able to beat.
I think it'd be really cool. I'll pitch this for the World Cup. You get like one all-star athlete from the
Hmm.
country, but nobody knows who it is, so they come out Royal Rumble style. Oh my gosh, is that Yao Ming?
Oh,
It is
as just a
freedoms out
supporter,
here.
as
Although
a
he denounced it,
supporter,
so I guess it doesn't really
did
work.
China make it? I think
No,
they
I
did.
don't think so. Victor Wembanyama, what is he doing here? Everything is wrestling.
China is
I don't think China
not.
made it.
China is not represented in the Asian contingent. The Asian teams are going to be South Korea,
I think Japan
Japan,
made it. Shohei Ohtani. He's a
uh,
he's here.
and that is it.
All right. Can't wait for that. Can't wait for the playoffs. We're entering a great time of the year. We'll talk Masters next week. It's Masters week.
Thank you
Yes.
all for listening.
Thank you all for listening. Follow us on social media. It's excuse me, all in the description. Ian Nickel on Instagram and Twitter. Parker Terrell. Parker Troy 20 on
Instagram,
Instagram. Parker
Parker
Terrell
Terrell 2
2
on X.
on Twitter. Going for 2 pod IP on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. Subscribe, follow, whatever. See you guys next week.